Welcome to Meaningful, Marketing, Mentoring, Mattering with me, Joseph Alcantara. And today, we're wrapping up an incredible first season filled with inspiring conversations and valuable insights. Throughout the season, we've had the privilege of learning from some truly remarkable guests who have shared their unique perspectives and lessons that we can apply to our daily lives. As we close out season 1, I want to take a moment to thank you, our listeners, for your support and engagement. Your feedback, questions, and participation have made this journey all the more rewarding. But this isn't goodbye. We're already gearing up for season 2, which will kick off in September. We've got an exciting lineup of guests and topics that will continue to inspire and motivate you. In the meantime, I'm open to hearing from you. If you have guest recommendations, topic suggestions, or questions you'd like answered on the podcast, please reach out. We're also looking for sponsors to partner with us in bringing meaningful content to our growing community. So stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep making meaningful impact in your marketing, mentoring, and mattering. See you in September for season 2. Thank you for being part of our journey, and until next time, take care and keep striving for meaningfulness in all that you do.
Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. That's what I go back to all of the time. What is my bliss? What makes me happy? What lights me up?
Everything that we strive to do for ourselves and what we teach other people is things that someone can do to position themselves as a person of value. That is the end all be all.
The minute that you can step into your power, the minute you can actually take ownership of yourself and celebrate that and be unapologetically you every single day in the world, that's when you're actually just going to be able to soar. And, so take the chances, face your fears, explore the unknown, and stay curious every single day of your life.
I think the biggest hang up for the hesitation of why people don't do mentorship is they feel like they don't have anything to offer. They don't feel like they've experienced enough to share anything worth sharing. And I don't think that's true.
Believe in yourself. Keep making those connections. Don't ever take no for an answer.
Good IQ on its own is not enough, but a lot of companies just go heavy on IQ. You need EQ to take others on the journey with you.
I've always said it's not about convincing people to believe, it's about encouraging those who are willing to act. That is where your efforts will create the greatest impact.
Well, workplaces that have LGBT inclusion policies, there is a high correlation to your revenue, a 2.4% increase in productivity in your workforce by having an inclusive workforce. I very much take it along the same lines of when you do something that helps one group, you're actually uplifting all groups.
It is so easy to come to work every day knowing that I am playing even a small part in helping people grow their families.
Have the grit, have the perseverance to work on achieving your why, because you can never go wrong when you know that this is your why and this is what you want to achieve.
Don't overlook the fact that relationships and human connection are still incredibly important, and all of those tools should just supplement how you build relationships.
I'm perpetuating the quiet Asian stereotype because I'm not saying anything.
Brands and businesses to step up for something more than just selling a product. Being purpose-driven is a strategic advantage. I think purpose is positioning. It's no longer a nicety, but a necessity in your business. How do you stand out from the sea of sameness? It's standing up for what you believe in and your values. And that is what consumers are demanding. People are more likely to buy from, work for, invest in purpose-driven organizations that align with their values, right? They want something deeper. We're no longer in a realm of what features or benefits or specs going to kind of sway our opinions. It's experiences, it's emotion, it's a deeper, more sort of guttural kind of connection that people are seeking.
Do not disqualify yourself. Let them disqualify you, but do not ever disqualify yourself. Internally, psychologically, mentally, you gotta be the first person to fight for yourself. Make sure that your joy, your greatest joy, meets the world's greatest need. And that is where you will find your life's purpose.
Your job doesn't need to be everything. It doesn't need to be your lifeblood, your social, your professional, your fulfillment. It's just never going to be possible. It'll disappoint you if you ever expect out of it. So just find a really good outside activity that you're really passionate about, that you can put time into, so that way you don't need to get it from your job. And I think a lot of people are looking for fulfillment. At the core of like when we get into these jobs, I think especially for younger people, that like they're looking to feel fulfilled. They need to feel like they believe in what they're doing. I believe in what I'm doing.
Being a queer AAPI person, we are a political statement. I'm going to challenge our community, both the AAPI and the LGBTQ plus community, to now be demanding to be felt and respected. And it's about asking for fairness and asking for our own people and our own communities to tell our own stories.
So if you're going to do this work, you need to understand that it is challenging, that it is difficult, that there are going to be roadblocks, that it can be rewarding at the same time. My reward comes from knowing that I created a space that was safe enough to sleep.
From the moment that you wake up, say a word of gratitude, thank you. Thank you so much for this life. Thank you so much that I've got a roof over my head. Thank you so much that I've got food to eat. Like a lot of times, because we compare, we think, oh my gosh, this is what I'm lacking. But if you can be thankful for all of those things that are in your life, and you ground yourself from the very beginning, and you start your day, then everything from there really builds upon this sense of gratitude and this sense of enthusiasm for what the day will hold.
Some people like to think of impact as a numbers thing. Like, I want to reach 1 million lives, or I want to impact 1,000 people through this fundraiser, but it's not always quantity. If you can have a really meaningful impact on a few people over the course of your life, or at any given time in your life, then whatever you've shared with them and whatever goodwill they're going to do, that's all amplified over time.
The worst thing you can do is assimilate, because then, not only are you losing your personal and cultural identity, but you're also losing that really cool opportunity to draw from your culture to inform your creative.
People do the work. I don't care what technology you have. There's somebody behind something pressing a button, right? People are customers. People are our families. People are our communities. So in the end, the most important thing is enabling people.
What is the definition of creativity? For me, creativity is finding hidden connections when none seem to exist. So if you want to get into this field, how will you know that you're meant to be in it? Because you're capable of understanding what the pain of the customer is and figuring out an unorthodox way to tell the story of hope for that consumer, because any ad is a message of hope.
For me, a meaningful life is one where I do my very best to leave the world a little better than I found it in my circle of influence.
I don't really believe in the concept of work-life balance, because it almost seems like there are opposing variables that you need to keep in equilibrium, and that's unhealthy. Ideally, your work should give you a sense of meaning, and your life should be fulfilling enough to different parts of your person. Things like money or accomplishment or any sort of numerical indicator of something. When everything comes to a halt, when I'm breathing my last breath, that's not what's going to flash through my mind. What's going to flash through my mind is the faces of my children. It's my parents, it's my husband, it's my friends. Those are the things that ultimately matter more than anything.